Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. It's Victoria, and today I will be styling some knotless goddess braids on my mom's hair. So if you would love to see how I transform her hair to this, then make sure you stay tuned and give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Alright guys, let's get into it. I'll be starting on freshly washed and blow dry hair, and the products that I'll be using today is the Spetra Stretch Braiding Hair in the color 30. This pack is 26 inches and it is the value pack that has 6 bundles. I will also be using the Freetress Shake and Go Joyful Curl. This is in 20 inches and it is in the color T30. It does have somewhat of an ombre effect. It's darker at the root and then it gets lighter as you go down the shaft of the hair. This is the hair that I'll be using for the goddess look and to give that curly effect inside of the braids. For slick roots, I'm going to go in with the Loc N Gel Extra Hold, and to condition my mom's hair, I'm going to go in with the Live Conditioning Hair Cream. And for parting, I'll be using this pointed edge rat tail comb. This point is amazing and it really helps to have really straight lines. To cut down on the time of separating my hair, I'll be using this threaded stand that I got from Walmart. It was like $5. I'm going to start off by sectioning off the braiding hair and putting them on the stand. This is a really great tool to use because it helps you to go quickly whenever you're braiding. You don't have to start and stop to keep braiding to grab the hair. Next, I'm going to go ahead and separate some of the curly pieces and put that at the top row of the stand so that way I can have easy access to those as well. For this braiding hair, you see me separating the bottom parts because it is kind of connected at the bottom, so you need to kind of break that apart first before you can separate the hair so that way it doesn't tangle up. Now that the preparation is done, I'm going to go ahead and start parting the back of my mom's hair, and I'm going to just sketch out a very basic section that I want to begin with and go back in to use the Loc N Gel to really define my part and to separate the bottom section from the top section of her hair. Next, I'm going to go in to separate each section of the boxes that I'm going to be braiding, and this helps to kind of cut down time on stopping and starting again with boxing or making your boxes for the braids. So I just pre-part each rows. Since this is the foundation of the braids, I am going to make sure that these parts are pretty straight and equal to one another, and I just take my hand and a little bit of edge gel and rotate the hair so that way they kind of stay together, so that way it doesn't, little fine pieces of hair doesn't get in the way whenever I'm starting my next braid. To begin the knotless braid, I'm going to section off my mom's hair into 3 sections and then grab a small piece of synthetic hair and place one end of the synthetic hair onto one of the sections of 3 of my mom's real hair, and then place that second synthetic piece of hair out of the way. I placed it above my mom's ear and begin to braid. After I braid it down once, I'm going to grab that second piece of synthetic hair and then weave that back into one of the 3 sections, not the same section, but the second section of hair, and continue to braid. Then I'm going to grab another piece of hair and weave that into the section of 3 of my mom's real hair that doesn't have a section of synthetic hair, so that each part has some synthetic hair with it and it's even together. And then continue the same steps of weaving it through, placing it out of the way once, braiding it all the way down once, and then pulling it back in and then braiding all the way down. It's just a weave-in type of method. It's a feed-in. Then I'm gonna also take the curly piece of hair and do the same as weaving it through, but I'm gonna keep both sides into the hair because I want to make sure that it's braided down once. Then I'm gonna take one piece of hair and place it at the top of my mom's head to get it out of the way and continue to add new hair. You're gonna take the piece of curly hair so that way it gives the goddess effect and the loose pieces of hair are separated from the braid. That might have been a little hard to explain, so I am going to give you guys another angle to see exactly how I'm doing it. So I've already done 3 rows of braids, and I'm just going to continue to weave in the hair, feed in the hair, and add in curly pieces as I see fit. I use about 5 pieces of synthetic hair to begin my braid, and I just added in to make sure everything is all even together. One thing that I do want to have you guys keep in mind is that the more that you add curly pieces into the braids, the fuller the hair is going to look, and also the heavier the braids are going to be. So just keep in mind of how many pieces of curly pieces you add to the hair, so that way it's not super bushy. Whenever you're done with the braids, you can actually see the braids, unless that's the look that you want to go for. I want it to be kind of even, but not too overpowering with the goddess look. I just want it to look, you know, curly but not too much. Next, I'm going to go in with sectioning off her hair. I'm just showing you guys how I am holding up her hair to the top, so that way I can see underneath the braids, so that way I'm making them around the same size as the braids that I previously done. And I'm sketching out the first part that I'm doing. I did her hair in sections. I did the back first, and I did the middle, and then I did the sides, and then the top. So here I'm going to go and use the Loc N Gel to clean up the parts again, and this is just another example to show you guys how well this gel does with cleaning up your parts and making them look really crisp. In addition to having a really good gel, you also need a really good comb to help make that part look super crisp. I got this comb from the beauty supply store, and it really does an amazing job of making all the parts look super clean and crisp and straight. That's the really important thing whenever you're doing goddess or any type of braids. Really, you have clean parts. It also just elevates your look to make it look so much more professional and so much better. I'm not a professional, but I do hair often, so I know exactly how I want them to look, and having this comb really does help to make it look that much nicer. If you guys are enjoying what you're seeing so far, or if you're finding any value out of this video, make sure you give this video a like, leave a comment, and let me know if you guys prefer knotless braids, knotless goddess braids, or like the traditional knot braids, the knot box braids. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. And also, I wanted to take the time to thank you guys for 4,000 subscribers. That was one of my goals that I crossed off for last year, and I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have given me over the last year and since I've started my channel. So I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and thank you so much for continuing to support me. But yeah, check out any of my other content on my channel, and let me know what stuff you guys like to see by like communicating with me in this video. Or also, I put up posts in my community tab, and I put up polls and stuff like to hear from you guys and want to chat in with you guys. So connect with me there. I want to hear from you all and see what types of videos and stuff you all like to see from me next. So yeah, thank you so much, and let's get back to this video. As you can see, my mom does have like a couple of different colors going on with her natural hair. So she has like a gray, it's like a pepper gray at the roots, and then she has like this reddish orangish color at the ends. She dyed her hair and to kind of get rid of the gray, but it grew out obviously. So whenever I'm braiding, I try to get as close to the root as I possibly can, so that way whenever the 30 color of the synthetic hair, I try to blend that in really well with the color that she has in her natural hair, so that way it kind of isn't peeking through the braid so much. And how I do that is by tucking the natural hair behind the braids itself, so that way all you see coming down is the color of the synthetic hair. And I'm not showing you guys, but I am also braiding each braid all the way down. I like to braid each braid all the way down first. I know some people use the method of like braiding halfway and then they go back in and finish the ends. I don't like to do that because I feel like there's still more work to be done after I've already completed the whole head. So I just braid all the way through whenever I'm braiding hair. With me, my comb definitely has multi-purposes. I am also going to be using it to hang up a little piece of the curly piece of hair just to get it out of the way so I can braid all the way down. So yeah, like if you guys don't have clips or you don't have any clips nearby, just use whatever you have there to kind of separate the curly pieces to get it out of the way, because you don't want to braid it all the way into the hair because it can get kind of messy. So I use a comb. Just another tip here for you guys: if you do braid the hair and it kind of gets tangled up, just pull one of the sections of hair up and it kind of unravels it versus like getting a knot at the end. That's something that I learned while braiding, so yeah, passing it along. And because the hair can get really full really fast, I did not use the curly pieces on every single braid. I chose some braids where I just did regular knotless braids and did not include like the curly pieces because I didn't want it to be overpowering like the curly look. So yeah, this braid, it doesn't have any curly pieces on it, and many of them don't have curly pieces on it. And now the whole back is done. As you can see, it looks so neat. I parted it from ear to ear for the middle of the back section, and then now I'm going to be moving on into doing both of the sides. I parted her hair straight down the middle for the front, and for the sides I'm going to be doing horizontal lines, and I'm going to make them equal or in line with the lines that I have at the back, so that way it is all symmetrical. For parting the front, I'm going to do the same method that I used in the back, which is to use the Loc N Gel to define my parts and use the comb to go back in and make the parts really straight, and pre-section each line or each row, so that way I can quickly go through and braid each section. So on this side, I'm going to start off with doing 3 braids on each side and pre-section those sides off with vertical lines. We have the first 2 rows done on the sides, and I'm just showing you all how some of the braids do have a couple of curly pieces in them, and then some of the braids do not have curly pieces. From afar, I wanted to show you all how long the hair is. Since it is 26 inches, it's pretty long. So this is how long it is, and look at that color. That color looks so good on my mom's complexion. It's really pretty. But yeah, so on this side I've already completed the back and then the right side. So on this side there are about 5 rows on this side. So yeah, it looks pretty full. You can still see the braids even though there are curly pieces there, and the parts are so crisp. Like you can see them from here. Like everything looks so clean and so perfect. And here I'm moving on to the left side of her head, and I'm just going to repeat the same exact process that I did for the right side and the rest of her head. And I was able to get like a really good angle here of me doing this braid, so I wanted to include this section because it really just shows you how I added in each pieces of hair and how I tuck my mom's natural hair behind the braids, and how I even added the curly pieces. So yeah, I really like this angle of how I record. Sometimes it is really hard to get the right angles when you're recording, so I hope you guys appreciate the effort of me going here and adding in this angle. If you did make it this far into the video, go ahead and do me a huge favor by hitting the like button and leaving a comment down below and letting me know what hairstyle are you getting next. And we finally made it to the last two braids on the top of my mom's head, and I am so excited to be almost done. My mom is like super tired because we've been doing this for a long time. And yeah, one thing that I wanted to note for you guys is if you are doing hair, make sure you have like a chair that you can sit down in, because you're standing up for a long period of time. It's gonna hurt your back and your feet. So yeah, I used a chair, and I also used like a soft cushion to go underneath my feet, so it kind of takes the impact off. But here is the finished look, you guys. It looks so good. I'm so happy to be finished, and my mom looks so nice with her braids. I love how these turned out. Everything looks so neat, and it's so full, and I wanted to go for like a medium size, so I think we accomplished that today, and it looks amazing. Like, I'm so happy with how it all turned out. My mom loved her hair. She was just tired right here, guys, so don't mind her face. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you found any helpful information out of this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm just gonna finish off with using a little bit of mousse to tame the curly pieces, and to really like make sure they are nice and crinkly and curly, and it also helps to kind of like seal in the braids itself and any type of flyaways. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you would like to see from me next. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.